Today, I would like to talk about living kindly in our daily life. In today's world, life is becoming busier and more stressful. Many people focus on their work, their studies, and their personal success. They try to earn more money, get better results, and reach their goals. Because of this, they sometimes forget about kindness. They may not pay attention to other people's feelings. However, I believe that kindness is one of the most important things in life, and we should not ignore it. So, what does it mean to live kindly? Living kindly means treating other people with respect, care, and understanding. It means we think not only about ourselves but also about others. It means we try to help people when they need support, even if the help is small. It also means we try not to hurt others with our words or actions. Some people think that kindness is something very big or very special. They think they must do something amazing to be called kind. But in fact, kindness is often very simple. It comes from small actions in everyday life. For example, you can smile at someone when you meet them. You can say thank you when someone helps you. You can say sorry when you make a mistake. You can help a friend understand a lesson. You can listen to someone when they feel sad. These actions are small, but they are very meaningful. Sometimes, one kind word can change a person's whole day. For example, if your friend feels tired or stressed, and you say something encouraging, they may feel better. They may feel that someone understands them. And that feeling is very important. In my opinion, kindness is important because it makes the world a better place. When people are kind to each other, they feel safe and comfortable. They are more open to talking and sharing. They are also more willing to help each other. This helps build strong relationships. And strong relationships are very important in life. For example, in a family, kindness helps family members understand and support each other. In school, kindness helps students work together and learn better. In the workplace, kindness helps people cooperate and solve problems more easily. Another important point is that kindness can spread. When someone is kind to you, you often feel happy and thankful. And then, you may want to be kind to someone else. In this way, kindness moves from one person to another. It creates a positive cycle. For example, if someone helps you carry something heavy, you may help another person in the future. So one small action can lead to many other kind actions. Kindness is not only good for others, but it is also good for ourselves. When we do something kind, we feel happy and satisfied. We feel that our life has meaning. We feel that we are not only living for ourselves, but also contributing something positive to the world. In addition, kindness can reduce stress. When we focus on helping others, we think less about our own problems. We become more positive and relaxed. So kindness is also good for our mental health. However, being kind is not always easy. There are many situations where we feel angry, tired, or upset. For example, when someone speaks to us in a rude way, we may want to react in the same way. When we are very busy, we may ignore other people. When we are stressed, we may lose patience. In these moments, it is difficult to stay calm and kind. But these are the moments when kindness is most important. Some people think that being kind means being weak. They think that if they are too kind, other people will take advantage of them. They think that being strong means being cold or strict. But I believe this idea is not correct. Being kind does not mean you are weak. In fact, being kind requires strength. It is easy to be rude. It is easy to get angry. But it is much harder to stay calm, control your emotions, and speak politely. A strong person is someone who can choose kindness even in difficult situations. So, how can we practice kindness in our daily life? First, we can start with our words. Words are very powerful. They can make people feel happy or hurt. So we should try to use kind and positive words. For example, we can give compliments. We can say good job or well done. We can say thank you more often. And we can avoid saying things that may hurt others. Before we speak, we can ask ourselves, Will this make the other person feel better or worse? Second, we can show kindness through our actions. Helping others is one of the best ways to be kind. For example, we can help a friend with homework. We can help our parents with housework. We can help a stranger who needs directions. We can also listen to someone who has a problem. Listening is very important. Sometimes, people do not need advice. They just need someone to listen to them. So when we listen carefully, we are already being kind. Third, we should try to understand other people. Everyone has their own life, their own problems, and their own challenges. Sometimes, when someone is rude, it may be because they are having a bad day. So instead of judging them, we can try to understand them. This helps us become more patient and more kind. Kindness is also very important in school. Students often feel pressure from exams and assignments. In this situation, being kind to classmates can make a big difference. Students can help each other study, share notes, and work together. This makes learning easier and more enjoyable. Instead of seeing classmates as competitors, we can see them as partners. In the workplace, kindness is also important. When employees are kind to each other, they can work better as a team. They communicate more clearly. They trust each other more. And they can solve problems faster. A positive working environment can improve both performance and happiness. Nowadays, social media is a big part of our life. Many people spend a lot of time online every day. However, not all online interactions are positive. Some people leave negative comments or say hurtful things. This can make others feel sad or lose confidence. So we should be careful about what we say online. We should try to share positive messages, support others, and avoid spreading negativity. Another important point is being kind to ourselves. Many people forget this. They are kind to others but very strict with themselves. When they make mistakes, they feel bad and blame themselves. But we should remember that everyone makes mistakes. Instead of blaming ourselves, we can learn from our mistakes and try to improve. We should speak to ourselves in a kind way, just like we speak to our friends. Being kind to ourselves helps us become stronger and more confident. At the same time, kindness does not mean we always say yes. Sometimes, we need to say no to protect ourselves. We can still be kind when we say no. We just need to say it politely and clearly. For example, we can say, "I'm sorry, but I cannot help right now." This way, we respect both ourselves and others. Kindness can also help solve conflicts. When people disagree, they often argue and become emotional. But if we stay calm and speak kindly, we can understand each other better and find solutions more easily. Kindness reduces anger and improves communication. We should also remember that everyone is fighting their own battle. Even if someone looks happy, they may have problems that we do not know about. So it is always a good idea to be kind. In the long term, kindness can change our life. It helps us build strong relationships. It helps us gain trust and respect from others. People feel comfortable around someone who is kind and positive. To sum up, living kindly is simple, but it is very powerful. We do not need to do big things. Small actions are enough. A smile, a kind word, or a small help can make a big difference. Starting from today, I will try to be kinder. I will speak more politely. I will listen more carefully. I will try to understand others. And I will also be kinder to myself. I believe that if each of us becomes a little kinder, the world will become a better place. Thank you very much for listening.